Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I mute myself. Good evening, everyone. So today we are coming to day 6. It's about the figure pattern. So for the figure pattern, yes, it's conducted by Teacher Miu again about the figures. And we are starting at 7 p.m. soon. So please get ready with the material if you got the materials from the group. If not, you can just get ready with a pencil and a piece of paper. All right. For the figure patterns, it's a very, very funny topics that we can do it with your parents. And also parents, we can just do it with our kids because like for the figure pattern, it's more on the observation and also the logical reasoning. So everybody, are you ready? We are starting soon. Yeah, it's about the figure pattern. It's a very, very funny topic that Teacher Miu likes it a lot. Also, you can just share how you feel about the figure patterns question. Let's go and try. Okay, let's go and try one. Actually, it's quite funny. All right, so now that we still have like 20 more seconds, so everybody please get ready. If you have the materials from the group, then you can just get ready with the material. If you don't have, it's all right. You can just get a piece of pencil and also a piece of paper. All right, so everybody please get ready and we are starting soon for the figure patterns. All right. What do you mean by means what? All right, so here we go. Let's just get started. So hello everyone, this is Teacher Miu from Think Academy Singapore, and today I will talk about the figure pattern. This is a very, very funny topic that I would recommend you try it with your parents. All right, so now let's take a look at the first question first. It's on SASMO Competition 2021. It says, find the picture below, which is exactly the same as the picture on the right. So guys, let's just try. I will just give you 1 minute and 30 seconds to find out that actually which picture is exactly the same as the one at the right. So here we go, let's try. If you know the answer, please do it on the chat box and let me know. Funny. So far, I didn't have any correct answers. So what do you think? Which is exactly the same as the picture here. Good. I have some correct answers. You need to observe more, dear. Right? Last 20 seconds. So please. Not really. I got different opinions. So what do you think that is exactly the same as the picture on the right here? Which one? I got different answers. Cool. All right then. Okay, time's up. Okay, so now let's check. Okay, before I will tell you the answer, let's take a look at the picture. When we are observing the picture, how do you observe? Would you like to just take a look at this, take a look at that, take a look at this, then take a look at that? Can we? No, we cannot just observe in a messy way. You need to observe it in orders. So what kinds of orders it can be? We can just observe it from the left to the right, from the top to the bottom, just in case that we would miss anyone. Right? So now let's just observe the first one first, from the top of the pot. Okay, so let's see from the top of the pot, is there anything different from the others? Not really, right? So every top are the same. But apart from that, what about the leaves and the strawberries? Can you find out that anything different from that? Yes, actually, for the option B here, look at this. You just got something missing. Right? So B is not the correct answer because it's not exactly the same. So let's just observe a little bit down. Can you find out that the difference between these answers? Not really, right? Okay, then we just look a bit down at the windows. We have a very obvious one. E, that is not the same. Right? So E, obviously not the answer. Then let's just observe a bit down. Then for the windows, are there anything different from the windows? Not really, right? No. Then we just look a bit down at the door. Anything's different from the door? Yes, dear. Look at the door at A. You got 2 knocks here, but here we don't have any. So A, definitely not the answer. Now we need to compare C and D, and let's take a look at this a bit down. What is different? That look at C. This tiny little grass here is kind of different things. So the answer is D. Once again, when we are observing the patterns, or we say observing the figure, we need to observe, or we say look at it in orders. We can just look at it from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right, just in case we will miss any details. All right, so this is the first question, but this is a very, very common topics in SASMO competition. All right, then we go to the question number 2. For question 2, find the missing shape in the pattern below. That means we are looking for the 5th shape as the question mark. For this question, again, Teacher Mill will give you 1 minute and 30 seconds to try by yourself. Let's go, dear. I got different answers. I got different opinions. All right. Any other different opinions? Oh, well done, dear. I got different opinions, and we still have like 35 seconds. You can just check. Haha. 20 more seconds. If so far you cannot find out the correct answer, then let's observe again. What do you mean by S, dear? All right, so time's up. I got most of the answer on C and D and A. Oh, yo. Let's check, dear. Let's check. Let's take a look at the patterns here. So, okay, every single patterns actually we will just observe from the left to the right, right? From left to the right like this. So if so, let's take a look at each of the figure first. As you can see, each figure will have 2 parts. We have the inner part as a square for the first figure, and also the outer part as a diamond and at the first figure, right? For the second one, we have the diamond, okay, lying down, and also a square as the outer part, right? When we're just observing about the pattern, we need to observe it, each of them, observe each part separately. Let's take a look at the inner part first, all right? So for the inner part, we have a square, and then it goes to the diamond, right? And then it goes to the circle, and then it goes to a polygon. And then there is something we do not know. And then we go to a square. Can you find out any patterns of this? A square, diamond, circle, polygon, and a square. What do you think? We don't know, right? If we cannot find out any of the patterns, which means we take it out for different ways that we cannot find out. All right, so let's just observe. For the first one, we have a square inside. Then for the second one, we have a square outside. Oh. Which means the inside of the first figure can just be the outside of the next figure. What about for the second one? Okay, let's check. The inner one is the diamond that lying down. Then for the next figure, the inner diamond just go out to be the outer part. Which means the inner part of the first figure can decide the outer part of the second figure. Okay, let's check then. What about for the next one? The inner part is a circle. And then for the outer part of the next figure is also a circle. Which means, can you tell me what is the outer part of the figure that we are looking for? That must be the polygon, right? That must be the polygon in the fourth figure that it would just go out to be the outer part of the figure we were looking at. But unfortunately, A, B, C, D, they are all polygon outside. Uh-oh. If so, then what should we do then? We should look at the inner part. Just like what we said, the inner part would just decide the outer part of the next figure, which means this inner part shall be the outer part of the next figure as a standing up diamond. That means the answer, D. This is a very, very funny topic, but it appears twice in SASMO competition. It's like the pattern, or we say the figure going out or going in or going out or going in for a very simple figure. All right. So this is for SASMO competition 2019 in this question for the figure patterns. Is it funny? Is it funny to you guys? What do you think? All right, so then let's come to one more question, okay? So for question in SASMO 2021, study the patterns below and find out about the question mark. So again, I will just give you like 1 minute and 30 seconds to find out the missing part. Let's go, dear. What do you think? All right, got different answers. Not really. Cool. I got different opinions, which is correct. We still have 30 seconds. Okay, so for this part, actually this question is on section A, which means if you're not doing correct, you will have deducted points. So please be careful. Cool, I got different answers. All right. All right, time's up. So let's check, dear. Again, for this type of the question, you can see they were in a grid. Sometimes are always in 9 different parts, and we are looking for one part of it. Every time you take a look at these kinds of question, you need to decide which of the figures are belong to one groups. That means we should take a look at each row, or we should take a look at each column. Guys, what do you think? Should we take a look at each row in rows, or should we take a look at each column? You can just decide. What do you think? Row or columns? All right. So Teacher Miu can give you a tips of this, all right? For this type of question, you need to observe each part separately, but at the same time, that is the all elements in groups. This is what we are going to talk about in these types of question. What does it mean, all elements in groups? That means, just like the first row, the whole groups is contained of 3 different types of head, 3 different types of the portion of the arms, 3 different types of the balls, and also 3 different types of food. These are the different elements in one group. Now let's observe. What about we observe in a column? Can you find out that all elements are different? No. Actually, as you can see, the arms for the first one and the second one, they are not in the same, or we say not having the different elements. That's why we need to observe the patterns in rows. So again, if we observe in rows and make sure that all elements are in a group, then let's just observe again. I will give you 1 more minute to observe again and find out what is the missing one. Don't forget all elements in the group. Right, now that we have more correct answers. All elements in the group. Cool. All right, 10 more seconds. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Cool. Well done, dear. Excellent. So now let's check. We observe in each row, right? So let's start from the head first. For the head, we have a circle, square, and oval. For the second row, we also have the circle, oval, and square. And for the next one, we should have a circle, oval, and a square head, right? A square head. If we have a square head, that means say bye-bye to B. B, you are not the correct answer. Then let's look at the arms. We have the arms like this. We also have the arm like this. We also have a straight arm like this. So let's just check. We have the bended arm, the spread out arm, and also the straight arms. Again, we have the straight arms, spread arms, and also the bended arms. Yeah, forget about this. Teacher Miu is a math teacher, not an art teacher, right? So if so, look at the arms. Then you can already say bye to A, C, and D. But don't forget to check. We need to make sure that every single question that we are doing is correct. So let's continue. Look at the ball. The ball just got a circle, oval, square, right? Again, circle, oval, square. Then what is missing? It should be a circle, oval, square. Yes, we have a circle ball. And then for the foot, we have a line foot, a square foot, and also a circle foot. A line, a square, a circle. So for the last one, that must be the line. This is what we said as the all elements in groups. The answer must be E. 100% sure about that. That was great. So that's how we do this kind of question. It says all elements in groups. Once again, it appears twice in the recent years. So guys, don't forget, observe each part separately, and then don't forget to make sure that every elements are in the group. All right. So after that, let's continue to the question number 3. This one goes a bit difficult. It says, what comes next in the following patterns? Just like A, B, C, and what is the next one? Again, I will just give you 1 minute and 30 seconds for this question, and please try by yourself. This is a tricky one. Not really. I got different answers. You can try again. So far, I got 1 correct answer. Let's try again. This is a tricky one. I think it is because it's a bit small. You have like 25 seconds. Please observe carefully. All right. Be confident. What's your answer? We still have like 5 more seconds. All right, then. All right, so let's come to the answer. Okay, before I will talk about the answer, let's take a look at the observation. That must be observe each part separately. Look at each of the parts. Each part has a train, a helicopter, an aircraft, and a horse, and a toy horse, right? Again, we have the helicopter, the aircraft, the horse, and the train. And also the helicopter, the aircraft, the horse, and the train. So for the missing figure, also we would have all these 4 elements. But look at these, all 4 elements. They were just moving around. Right? We're just moving here, moving there, moving here, moving there. This is a very, very common pattern called changes in position. So you can just choose one to observe and find out how does it change. So teacher May will choose my favorite one, the train first. Okay, so look at the train. The train was at the top first, right? Then for the second one, it just go all the way down to the right. Right? And then it just go all the way down to the bottom. So how does it change? It just rotate clockwise, right? Which means the next train should go to the left or should go to the right. Go to the left, right? Which means this one on the left shall be a train. Then just observe. A train, B train, C train, D, bye-bye. Because D is not a train, right? Not a train on the left. So bye-bye, D. Let's continue. Then I chose my next favorite one that goes to a helicopter. Look at the helicopter. The helicopter was at the right. And for the next one, it just go up to the top. And look at the helicopter. It just go down to the left. So look at the helicopter. From the right to the top, from the top to the left, it's just going counterclockwise, which means the helicopter next one shall go to the bottom, right? So let's just observe. When it goes to the bottom, the next helicopter should be at the bottom here. Then let's check. A, bye-bye, because this is not an helicopter. B, yes, it is the helicopter. C is a horse. Bye-bye, not the helicopter. And this is the aircraft. No, not helicopter, which makes the answer B. They say, huh? So easy, Teacher Mew. If you do not believe, then we just try and check with the following 2 more. Okay, let's check. Let me just check with you, all right? So then let's go to the horse. Okay, horse is also my favorite toy, right? So this is the horse. The horse is at the left at the first one. Then it just go down to the bottom. Then it just go up to the right, which means it would just go counterclockwise. So it should go up to the top. For the horse, the toy horse, it should be at the top. So look at B. Yes, it is on the top. Don't forget to check with the aircraft, okay? So I will use the aircraft to check. Look at the aircraft. It was at the bottom, then it goes up to the left. Then it goes up to the top. Then you can see it was just going from the bottom to the left. Then go on the top. Again is counterclockwise, right? So then the next one shall go clockwise, go down to the right. So this is the aircraft. So you can just check with the following one. Great to hear. It is so easy, right? So this is also one of the very, very common topics called changes in position. It will just move from the left to the right or move it clockwise or counterclockwise, both possible. let's come to the one last question for today, the mini lecture. Okay. Oh, no more. Sorry. Let's come to the summary for today. Today we talk about the figure patterns. It have two different parts. The first part is for the figure observation. For figure observation, you don't forget we need to observe in orders from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right. That is how we conduct the observation. Do not miss any detail. It's very tricky one. And the other thing is on the figure pattern. For figure patterns, you can just observe each part separately, just like the train, the horse, the helicopter, and the aircraft, right? And don't forget, it can be the changes in position. It can also be the all elements in groups. So this is all we have for today for the figure patterns. Here comes to a reminder that the next week we are having our mini lecture on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because of the Chinese New Year. So, guys, do you enjoy today's lecture? All right. So later I will just send the notes and also send the practice to the group. And see you guys next week. Bye-bye.